So Fancy is almost ready to get on, and I need to pony her a little bit. So what I want to do, this is the first time she's been ponied. I have the line loose. She's just following Bob around. She doesn't know Bob. This is the first time she's ever seen Bob up close, much less this close. I have Jenna throwing a couple of boards out for me. She's going to throw a couple cones out for me to give me something to pony her around and over. Let's go this way. I want to get Fancy listening to Bob, doing what Bob asked her to do, follow Bob around, because it's time to get on her. She's ready to ride. We just need to get the ponying part done. And we'll probably get on her tomorrow is what my plan is, if everything works out. Works good, yep. Nah, that's fine, we'll go around it. So I want something to occupy her mind so that she pays attention where she puts her feet. Don't really care which side of the cone she goes on. I don't really care how she crosses the board. I just want her aware that something is out here and paying attention to where she's putting her feet. That is Maggie they're bringing in. She was out on the hay for a few hours. She's going to go in her stall and somebody else is going to go out. We try to turn everybody out for at least a few hours every day or all night, depending on the horse, so that they can eat hay. So I still have her loose. I don't want to just get on, dally off, and just start pulling her around. I want to give her a chance to process what's going on and understand it before I really start forcing her. I don't really want to force her to do anything until she understands what that thing is, and then she says no. I'm not going to accept no. I will force her at that point. Let's do some left turns. I don't think we've done any left. I usually do a good bit of right first because that's easier for the horse that's being ponied. You see right there when we turn left, that kind of puts her behind Bob because I have her long. That puts her behind Bob, so they're usually a little bit more worried about turning left because she's worried Bob's going to kick at her. I know Bob's not going to kick at her as long as she behaves, but she don't know that. So I want to give her a chance to learn that she can be in that position around Bob and he's not going to hurt her. Let's have a fly on him. So now it's time for me to start shortening the rope up. Get turned around so you can see how I do this. She understands the ponying. She's actually staying right there with him and hasn't pulled on me hardly at all. Once or twice when we first started, that was it. So what I want to do is I want to shorten the rope up. In the end, when we get on her, her head needs to be right here, dallied off to the saddle horn, because that's where she needs to be to keep her and the rider that gets on her safe. Come on up here. There we go, good girl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a wrap. I'm not going to dally off hard because I want to be able to let go if I need to, if she gets in a bind. I don't think she's going to be disrespectful to Bob. You've seen a couple of horses that had been petted on a little bit too much. Bob had to kind of teach him a little bit of discipline. Don't think we're going to have that problem with her. If anything, we're going to have the opposite problem where she's a little bit more reluctant to get into Bob's space. This horse was basically turned loose in a pasture as a yearling and not touched. And that's why her growth was stunted. She's actually a 3-year-old running bred horse. She should be bigger than she is. There we go. See right there? Got just enough pressure that she has to come, but not so much. I don't have her dallied up so hard that I'm going to pull hard enough that she's going to get hurt. Not sure what got into Bob there. That's probably the only 3 trot steps he'll do this month. I actually have something interesting coming out with Bob. I talked to a sponsor last night, and he's sending me some products, and we're going to try them on Bob and see how it goes. That'll be coming up in a future video. So I don't have her short enough to get on her yet. See how she is holding back a little bit. Not quite in position. If she was to do something we don't want, she's really not in a position to do anything about it. Notice her tongue. There's nothing wrong with her tongue. She just likes to suck on her tongue like a pacifier. That's not the first horse that I had that did that. If you remember Ray Ray, the earlier videos of her, she did the same thing. Yeah, she walked around the mounting block. She was looking out at the cows, but was aware enough of where she put her feet that she did walk around the mounting block. Got her a little shorter. I did take another wrap. It's time to start making some left turns, and I know she's gonna be worried about being in Bob's space. Just like right there, we kind of turned into her space and she got worried. If you remember on the videos that we did with Lakota on Denali, getting him started, if the horse does anything that we don't want, if the horse we're getting on does anything we don't want, we take a hard left with Bob. So we need to make sure that we can do that maneuver with her and she's comfortable with the maneuver. Here we go. This has been a really trainable horse. I don't have any idea how she's bred. I do know she's running bred. But as far as her mind, she has a very nice trainable mind. She'll have little episodes like that where she'll kind of worry because I'm pulling on her, and she just settles right into what I'm asking her to do. Overall, in general, she wants to please. She wants to do what's being asked of her. And that's really important if you're wanting any horse, but even more so if you're wanting a more high-level performance horse. Let's make another left turn. There we go. Let's make another left turn. When I make these left turns, I'm slowing Bob down a little bit because he's basically just turning, but she has to make several steps to kind of keep up because she's traveling a bigger arc than what he is. That's why that maneuver works so good when the horse that we're starting to ride acts up, because the horse is usually taking either some quick steps or a little bit of a buck, and that's a good maneuver to get them back where you want them. So this is Fancy. I'll be doing some more videos of her. I'll show you after we're on her. We're planning on getting on her tomorrow, and we just don't video on Fridays. Tomorrow's Friday. So I probably will not have a video of her first ride, but I will have a video for you shortly of us riding her. Until next time, thank you for watching.